Hey guys, and welcome to the Blue Bridge. And I'm going to be doing a quick video to review our upcoming game against Bournemouth. So let's get into it. So, football's back at long last. This dreary international break is over. Can't stand these international breaks, especially these pointless matches. What they call the Nations Cup or something. Just a revenue maker, as far as I'm concerned. Just another way to tire out our players. And at least the only thing is that our players, none of them have come back injured. And plaudits to Madueke as well on his England debut, and he celebrated that with an assist. Good one too with Trent Alexander, and a nice ball to Harry Kane, who made his 100th international appearance and capped it with a brace. So well done to Kane. I can say that now because he doesn't play for Tottenham. So, but we're back. But although we didn't have any injuries, unlike Arsenal with Odegaard and some others, but we did have, there's some news circulating today about Caicedo. And Caicedo is still apparently, I don't know when this video was, I'm hoping it was yesterday or the day before, because it was done as an Ecuador tweet that he's at the airport coming back. So he's at the airport coming back. It doesn't leave enough time for him to prepare for the weekend. So is he going to be starting or not? But before I get into that, I just want to say one thing as well. We haven't won a game after an international break since 2022. So that's another reason for me to hate the international breaks, because after an international break, Chelsea's not winning. Saturday night football, we don't usually win a lot of those neither, so I'm not really confident about this, but I don't know what to expect. Are we going to get the Wolves second half performance for Chelsea, or are we going to get the Crystal Palace second half performance? Only, they're very inconsistent, but that's what the youth brings, inconsistency. So, but the thing is, now, going back to Caicedo, you probably won't be playing. Enzo travelled from Argentina as well. And talking about, I'll go on to Enzo afterwards actually. But with Caicedo now, what I'm thinking is, or should I'll bring it up now actually, because I'm going to go to the press conference that Maresco did today. And there's a couple of puzzling things about the press conference. First, let me deal with the Enzo Fernandez one. He's quoted like Declan Rice being good in the defensive phase and good in the attacking phase for Arsenal. He mentioned Gundogan for Manchester City when he was playing for them. And he said the only one who's good in the attacking phase and defending phase for Chelsea is Enzo Fernandez. I tend to disagree with that at the moment, because I just think defensively, he's off the pace for me a lot of times. He's not a bad tackler, but I think he's not physical enough. He's not fast enough to cover the areas, and sometimes he can be found wanting when it comes to the defensive side of his game. So he needs to prove me. He needs to prove me wrong on that. But from what I've seen from his performances so far in the Chelsea shirt, I'm yet to be convinced. Good passer of the ball, yeah, but he needs to do more in attacking phase as well. Not when it comes to spraying passes around, yeah, but when it comes to inputting with a few more goals as well, assists. With assists, it's difficult because he's put in some. It should have been assists, but if a player misses it, then you can't really blame the midfielder. But a big chances created. He's done all right on that one. But for me, as I said, he needs to improve on his defensive game. And the other thing I wanted to address was this, when you mentioned, I think one of the reporters, good reporter, female reporter, what's her name? Can't remember her name, but she always asks some really good questions. But she put it to him about Chukwuemeka as well. I think was it her? She mentioned about Enzo. I think she mentioned about Chukwuemeka as well. It could have been someone else. But what he had to say about Chukwuemeka, that was another puzzling one for me, because with Chukwuemeka, he said the reason why he rates him as a player, he thinks he's a good player, but it's because of his injuries as well. He doesn't trust him because of all the injuries he had. So he would have liked for him to have gone out on loan so they can assess him and then bring him back when they're sort of confident that he's not going to break down through injuries. So yeah, his injury record isn't the best. But for me, and he also said because we've got not enough attacking players in that area, because he's obviously down as an attacking midfielder, then he's going to find it difficult to get opportunities. So the question I want to ask is, okay, you wanted Enzo, you wanted Chukwuemeka to go out on loan, rightly so, to see whether, to see how fit he is and whether he can play 20, 30 games without breaking down. Fair enough. Why didn't the club prioritise getting him on loan before they did with Santos and Oguichoku? That's the thing. Because now with because it goes back to my previous point I was making before, with Moise Caicedo maybe not playing, who have we got as a defensive midfield cover? And Dewsbury is more of an attacking midfielder as well. I wouldn't put him as a defensive midfielder. We got rid of Conor Gallagher. So we are scratching our heads now, looking at who's going to play defensive midfield. There's Kane O'Dyer, but would they risk him? I don't think they will. So it means somebody playing out of position. When we had two, especially Santos, I think he's a brilliant player. We had him ready to play as cover. But now, obviously, we know the Lavia situation, because he also said Lavia is going to be maybe make the next game, which will be the next week. I don't think when he said the next game, he was referring to this up-and-coming game against Bournemouth. So he's going to be out. So we're going to have to play somebody out of position, because Dewsbury when he played as a defensive midfielder before, he gave me a few nightmares in the Conference League. So if him and I already mentioned, as I said, my reservations with Enzo Fernandez's defensive qualities. So if those two were playing as central defenders, then I fear for us tomorrow. We'll be conceding a lot of chances. We'll need a strong defensive performances from our back line, because Bournemouth are going to be attacking us, getting through us at will, I think. And so that's what I believe is poor planning again from the directors of football in letting two holding midfielders go, but yet we're keeping hold of 7 or 8 attacking midfielders who are not going to play. We've already got trying to find a place for Nkuku. We've obviously got Cole Palmer in there. So as I said, we've got Chukwuemeka, we've got Dewsbury. Even if you put Enzo Fernandez as an attacking midfielder, and you've got all those wingers. So we've got such an unbalanced squad at the moment. So it just takes a couple of injuries and we are in shatters. And that's the thing. The guys need to do better when it comes to squad planning, because this is a bit of a mess, guys. So I hope it doesn't come to bite us in the bum. And hopefully Caicedo will get back. I don't know whether definitely won't start. He'll be on the bench at best. But I'm hoping Lavia needs to stay fit, because at the moment there's a question mark over his fitness, as is Reece James. Because Reece James now, first of all, we heard he was going to come back after the international break. Now we're being told it could take a few more weeks. So this guy, serious questions need to be asked about his fitness as well. So that's the video. And I don't do a lot of previews nowadays, but because of this situation, I thought I should address it today. So guys, what are your thoughts on the topics I spoke about today? Do you agree with me regarding to the defensive midfield position? Who would you have as a DM if Caicedo doesn't make it in time, Lavia being out? Who would your DM choice be? Would you go into the youth and also right back situation? We've got both right backs out because Gusto's out as well. Would you play Apunchon there, or would you put? I know that you probably wouldn't. I would. I'll prefer him there than playing Disasi. You know that Disasi is going to be there. So if we got no midfield and we've got Disasi at right back, could be a disaster for us. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I don't want to be a pessimist, but it doesn't bode well. Don't win games after international break. Bit of a depleted squad in vital areas. Just hope the attack come through for us. That's all. Just hope we can outscore Bournemouth. That's our best hope of winning this game. We can just, if our attack click, and we can outscore them. And Sancho as well. Big shout out to Sancho. Apparently he's been having a very good training session. Well, the rest have been on international duty. So when asked if he's going to play, he said he's a player that he likes, a wide man who's good with one-on-one situations. whether he plays or is on the bench tomorrow, so we'll have to wait and see. So another one, would you have Sancho starting or would you have him on the bench? So stick your comments in the section below. Don't forget, as always, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So have a great weekend, guys. Peace.